hard-hitting discussions. Your best choice for current affairs issues and investigative journalism. It's time to start the journey of relentless journalism. It's time to start the journey of facts over fiction. It's time for the Rundown with Clint Watson here on ZNS, where only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
We've heard you. We know you're tired of the reruns. We're coming back, bigger and better, on The Legal Brief. I'm your host, Ramona Farquharson. Stay tuned.
Are you ready for the hardest sports show on the market? It's called The Timeout. Sundays on the ZNet Television Network. In our first show, 4 decades of sports in the country.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition has a look at stories making news tonight. The Immigration Minister, Alfred Sears, outlining strategic initiatives during the budget debate. Also, hear why a realtor says Grand Bahamas housing demand signals new opportunity for locals. And the GB Power Company confirms its latest hike, sparking growing frustration among residents. We have the details.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, in a decisive move to strengthen the nation's borders, the government is intensifying its immigration efforts with sweeping promotions, new recruitment drives, and a long-term succession plan. These initiatives were outlined today by the minister responsible for immigration, the Honorable Alfred Sears, during his contribution to the ongoing budget debate in the House of Assembly. The details in tonight's top story.
Additional officers will also be deployed in Grand Bahama, Exuma, and the Keys, Eleuthera, and Abaco.
A major boost is on the horizon for immigration enforcement across the country as training, recruitment, and promotions take center stage in the 2024 budget communication. Minister of Immigration, the Honorable Alfred Sears, expressing in Parliament that the government has launched a full-scale promotion exercise across all ranks within the department, part of a broader effort to strengthen the agency.
Within the next several weeks, we will be delivering promotion reclassification letters to hundreds of immigration officers. The last promotion was effective in 2019.
Sears says as he traveled throughout the islands, he's seen firsthand the grit and determination of officers working under tough conditions. Their efforts, he says, deserve action, not just recognition. That's why a succession plan is now in motion.
Every office in the Department of Immigration will be held by an officer in the ranks. Yes. And we are concluding our consultation on the succession plan and will be unveiling that plan shortly.
And it's not just about promotions. More boots are hitting the ground. Last year, the government budgeted for 100 new officers. This year, he says, is no different to ensure every island has the manpower to secure our borders and manage immigration with efficiency and authority.
The recruitment and training process have been going extremely well. The young people have come with an attitude that any one of them will one day and can and will be the director of immigration.
Well, with billions in new investments and a wave of Grand Bahamians being called back home, Grand Bahama is stepping into a season of renewal. Jobs are opening up, businesses are growing, and now all eyes are on housing as demand begins to outpace supply. Officials and realtors say it's a sign of progress and a chance for locals to seize new opportunities. Raven Davis has more.
Despite over $2 billion in new investments and ongoing appeals for Grand Bahamians to return home, a new challenge has surfaced.
Now we need to have the accommodations in terms of apartments, in terms of homes being built.
According to the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, jobs are now available, and beyond that, there's an abundance of entrepreneurial opportunities.
Grand Bahama and even especially in the city of Freeport as well, it's designed to accommodate, up to 250, 300,000 people. We right now, our population is 47,000, and it once stood at 60,000. And so there's room for expansion, there's room for development, there's room for growth.
And while Freeport may be built for growth, realtors are adding their voices to the call, encouraging Grand Bahamians to seize a stake in the housing market now, especially as more Nasuvians and international buyers turn to Grand Bahama, where real estate is still considered competitively priced.
Reach out to an agent. You can do a virtual purchase. You can come in and take virtual tours of the property. So you can't wait until you're here. You can start now. We still have available apartments for sale. We still have land, which is, of course, very much available and very affordable in Grand Bahama. And so we're inviting those persons. Start today.
But as buyers begin to show interest and new properties rise, so too does the concern over the island's aging infrastructure. Many streets remain lined with dilapidated buildings, visual echoes of past economic hardships. But according to realtor Alex Thompson, that's only part of the story.
With respect to the dilapidated buildings, believe it or not, a lot of them are under offer, under contract. But these things take time because these aren't $10,000, $30,000 arrangements. You're talking about hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars of property that is being, transferred with title.
From developments like this one just behind the Raven Mall to the renovation of the old Butler's Funeral Home, visible signs of investments are slowly emerging. While some of these deals took years to finalize, officials say progress is clearly happening. So the next time you drive through the island streets, do so with hopeful eyes. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Thanks so much, Raven. Well, the cost of electricity continues to climb for residents of Grand Bahama as the Grand Bahama Power Company confirms yet another increase in fuel surcharges. Since March, fuel charges have steadily risen, a development drawing concern and frustration from many across the island. Shalia Roll reports.
Electricity customers across Grand Bahama are facing growing frustrations as the Grand Bahama Power Company announced another hike in fuel surcharges this month, bringing the rate to 0.1884 per kilowatt hours, a steady increase that began in March. The rise in monthly charges has sparked strong reaction from residents who say they are fed up with paying more while receiving no relief.
It is a difficult time to be increasing the bills and stuff like that right now. I can't believe that's you serious? They're rising it again.
The increase that we've been seeing in fuel surcharge, everybody on this island has to question and really demand an answer to it.
I just feel as if it's too much pressure on the people.
No matter how people voice their concern, they ain't doing nothing about it. They keep on getting away with it.
In an effort to update the public about the rising price of fuel costs, the Grand Bahama Power Company sharing the new fuel surcharges increase.
We got to be concerned, and I would encourage every customer, be it residential or businesses, you need to complain to the Port Authority. Not only to the Port Authority, but also report it to IRCA. Because the fuel surcharge should not be increasing like this.
These residents also say the increase comes at a time when inflation and the overall cost of living remains high, compounding the strain on families and businesses alike.
Prices keep on increasing, and things keep on going up and up and up. And how are people going to survive? Yeah, some people can't afford to do a lot of things.
Cost of rent is high. For them to keep rising that, no, it's supposed to be a solution.
calls for change are growing louder. Many believe the only way to lower rates is to break the monopoly and open the market to competition.
We need another power company on Grand Bahama, where it will cause more competitive rates and will bring relief to the Grand Bahamian public.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Rule.
Thanks, Shalia. Well, the Bahamas Union of Teachers holding its Grand Bahama Area Vice President elections today at the Belinda Wilson Hall as voters are eager to search for their potential voice for arising concerns. Candidates in the race are current Area VP John Ingram and veteran educator Althea Bowe, both of whom share statements as to why they believe they are the best for the position.
We fight for our teachers, we fight. You have our president, Belinda Wilson. Hopefully all of us get reelected again. And we continue our fight and our passion to make sure the teachers are safe and well represented.
I offered myself for this election because I feel that I would bring more diversity to the Grand Bahama district, and that is why I decided to run.
Heading now into news from the court, a Haitian national hauled before the court today on 2 serious charges. 28-year-old Jackie Jane charged with attempted sexual intercourse and indecent assault of a 13-year-old boy in Grand Bahama. A court interpreter standing by to ensure that he understood the nature of the charges. The accused was denied bail and was not required to enter a plea due to the nature of the charges. He was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections until August 20th, 2025. Well, with unlawful sexual abuse seemingly on the rise, a clinical consultant is providing warning signs parents and guardians should be vigilant about, while also encouraging parents to believe their child when a complaint is made. Shane Stubbs has more in this report.
The summer months tend to be a high-risk window for child sexual abuse cases.
Clinical consultant at the Grand Bahama Resilience Center, Dr. Andy Lang, confirming the troubling trend. According to Lang, the issue is largely linked to unsupervised hours in the home, but other factors leave children at a high risk of being victimized.
What research has also shown is that online exploitation tends to spike during the summer months, and all of the different summer activities that are going on where they are exposed to different people. Unfortunately, some of them happen to be unknowingly predators.
Just recently, the Minister for Social Services, Information and Broadcasting, the Honorable Miles Laroda, revealed some shocking reports. He says there's been an increase in cases where mothers are allegedly arranging sexual encounters between their daughters and adult men, all in exchange for help with paying household bills. In light of those developments, Lang says any child being exploited by an adult should be encouraged to report the abuse immediately to someone they trust.
The trusted adult can be a parent, it can be a relative, it can be a teacher, it can be a pastor, it can be a youth leader, it can be an older sibling.
Now, Dr. Lang outlines the warning signs parents or guardians should be aware of if they suspect a child may be experiencing sexual abuse.
Changes in behavior. So a child might become withdrawn. A child might begin sleeping more. They might also begin distancing themselves from persons who they were once comfortable with, and that should raise an immediate red flag.
Dr. Lang adds vigilance is only part of the battle, stressing that parents and guardians need to take complaints made by children more seriously from the beginning and act promptly.
My advice would be to take every report seriously and let the facts either confirm or deny the truth of the matter.
Now, Lang says he has full confidence in the Ministry of Social Services and law enforcement acting swiftly when complaints are filed, leading to all perpetrators being prosecuted to the furthest extent of the law. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
And still to come.
In this episode of City in Motion, we share how local investments are fueling business growth in Freeport. Those stories, sports, and more when we come back.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
It's about that time again at Dolly Madison. Father's Day is quickly approaching. Get 25% off store-wide on June 13th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and June 14th, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's Friday and Saturday. And every 10th mail will receive an additional 5% off until 12 noon on Saturday only. Spend $100 or more to enter to win a grill bundle set. It's the big Father's Day sale at Dolly Madison.
It's the Double Trouble sale at Bethel's Air Conditioning and Refrigeration, located at number 3 Milton Street, June 2nd through 7th. Cash sales only. Call 602-5467 for more information. Be a part of history. The Grand Bahama Port Authority invites you to nominate outstanding residents for Icons of the City 2.0. Submit your nominations today at gbpa.com/icons before June 21st.
Select the perfect gift for Dad from Esquires and get a chance to surprise him with a 360 gas grill. Take 20% off your purchase from June 9th to 14th and enjoy additional savings throughout the store. Call them today at 352-8816. Happy Father's Day from Esquires.
Experience a man's point of view live at the Regency Theater, June 14th at 8 p.m. and June 15th at 4 p.m. Tickets just $40 at 17 Shop or Imagine Graphics. Visit ampv.online for more information.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. All across Freeport, buildings are rising and businesses are taking shape. In this episode of City in Motion, we shine the spotlight on local investments and a new business making its mark in Grand Bahama. One such development is the Bahamas Liquidation and Auction Center. With its main office headquartered in Nassau, the company is expanding its reach to Freeport, setting up a new branch to serve the island's growing market.
Oh, this is the time. And I would tell everybody, business persons in Nassau that want a second location to take this step now. This is the opportunity. You can't wait till things happen, okay? Or, things are out of your reach. So this is the opportunity now to invest in Freeport, in Grand Bahama.
With the number of businesses opening their doors across the island, the Bahamas Liquidation and Auction Center adds another layer to Freeport's evolving economic landscape.
We search throughout the U.S. from Fortune 5 companies, and we buy their liquidated stuff, and we ship here to the Bahamas, and we sell at whatever their online price is. So if Amazon have item X, or Target, or any one of the conglomerate for $50, we buy it where we can sell it here for $50. If we cannot meet that goal, we don't buy. And then the second arm is where we liquidate for many different companies.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority shares the sentiment. The island's leadership is focused on creating fertile ground for Bahamian enterprises to thrive, and the momentum is far from over. With growing interest from local investors and developers, Freeport is positioning itself as a hub for opportunity and innovation.
I want to say a special congratulations to Calvin and Keisha, and really just thank them for being forward-thinking and taking advantage of some of the opportunities that exist in Freeport for expansion. And we're starting to see a lot of inquiries coming out of the business community in Nassau. We're getting them on a regular basis. Businesses are finding out or inquiring how they can expand their operations to Freeport. They're looking at investment opportunities to take advantage of here. And so we're extremely encouraged by the progress that we're seeing in that regard.
From new businesses to rising developments, the city is attracting attention and investment from across the country. When you talk about Freeport, remember to say it's a city in motion. Well, love and celebration following a battle with thyroid cancer. The One Bahamas Committee has come together to host the David Wallace Weekend of Love, set to take place June 20th through 22nd. The weekend begins with an evening of comedy and Bahamian culture that Friday at the BMES Auditorium, followed by a walkathon that Saturday morning, starting at Seahorse Plaza, with proceedings going toward his medical expenses. Committee Chairman Cecil Thompson and Elvis Bartlett are calling on the public to help a man they say spared no expense when it came to helping others.
The man's life has been a life given to service, and for the most part, free service. And so we thought it is only fitting at this time. He didn't ask for it, but we feel like he always is there to help us.
He's helped in my family, my daughter when she was ill. He's helped in his family, Mr. Manny Wallace when he was ill. And so we are now going out there to help him during his times and needs.
The weekend will culminate with the Grand Gospel Concert Sunday, June 22nd at Freeport Bible Church. Grateful for Life, David Wallace expresses his gratitude to the committee for their support, while his longtime friend, Will Stubbs, encourages the public to make every effort to make the weekend a success.
From the ringing of the bell to the arrival in Freeport, Grand Bahama, that touched my heart. I thank God for where I am. I thank God that I had some monies to pay up front.
David Wallace, we can never do too much. And what could you give a person who always given? And so I think Grand Bahama, by coming out and supporting this event, would show a great deal of gratitude towards a man who has done so much for so many, for so long, for so little.
Certainly is a man who keeps the community laughing. Well, that's a look at stories making news. Jay, what's happening in sports?
Because we have 3 players from Grand Bahama that's on the junior national baseball team. They're playing tonight against Dominican Republic. If they win, they're in the finals in the DR.
All right, we'll see what's happening. That's coming your way next. But first, to check on the local weather forecast.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I still want to put shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
And I still want to put shoes on your feet.
We still want to put shoes on your feet.
2 locations to put shoes on your feet. Downtown Freeport, and now our newest location in the Carmichael City Shopping Plaza, right behind the Walk-Up Wendy's, Carmichael Road West.
This June 15th, get ready for a powerful night of praise and celebration as the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, in partnership with New Life Worship Center, presents a musical concert honoring 10 fathers and celebrating ZNS 89 years of excellence. It's a moment of music, memories, and legacy. More information to follow. Stay tuned.
Still bringing us
Grand Bahama, it's the time of celebration. The Bahama Brass Band presents with a Shout Wheel March, celebrating a combined 170 years of service, duty, and music ministry. 100 years Nassau and 70 years Grand Bahama, with special guests, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Force Band, female contingent. Tickets are $20 in advance and $25 at the door. It's all happening at 7 p.m. Grand Lukai in Ballroom, Saturday, the 26th of July, 2025, with a Shout Wheel March.
Do you want to find relief from common health concerns such as headaches, back pain, chronic inflammation, and more? How about improved sleep, boost energy, and improve overall well-being? Check out RA Balance Bahamas and get your body into balance with biomagnetic therapy. For all our social links, contacts, or to request an appointment, visit rabalancebahamas.com.
Here are some tips for having your home ready for a hurricane. Keep all trees and shrubs trimmed. Bring in all outdoor furniture, plants, or any other items that may become airborne due to high winds. Cover windows and doors with hurricane shutters or pre-cut plywood. Clear drains and gutters. And remember to secure important documentation in case you have to evacuate. Don't be caught off guard this hurricane season. Be prepared.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. First in the sports, the Battle of the Islands volleyball tournament saw some of the very best volleyball players in the country in action on the holiday weekend. Bimini Marlins won the men's title, while New Providence Panthers won the ladies' championship. Grand Bahama Volleyball President Whitney M. Bristow was thrilled to pull off yet another successful tournament.
This is our third year hosting, and this is the best and biggest it has been. I'm pleased to say that the future for volleyball in the Bahamas is very bright. We have about 90% of the players here that are actually teenagers, so that speaks volumes.
Now on the women's side, the Abaco Lady Rebels had a pretty good showing in the tournament. It was the first time the team competed in the Battle of the Islands volleyball tournament.
Everybody in this league is mostly national players, pro players. So like I say again, I am very proud that my team made it this far. Honestly, as a team manager, it was a lot, but we made it through.
Switching gears now in sports, Beyond the Buzzer Basketball Jamboree is scheduled for this Saturday at St. George's Gym. The event will feature professional basketball players, a celebrity game, and local young players competing.
What we're really trying to do is motivate the kids. That's why we named it Beyond the Buzzer, because Franco and Edriel also started where most of our kids is today. Even as most of the teachers that taught Franco and Edriel are still teaching today. So we just want to motivate the kids that nothing is impossible. Anything with hard work, you'll be right where these guys are today.
And finally in sports, the Bahamas 12U national baseball team has advanced to the semifinals at the Pony Baseball Latin American Caribbean Zone Championships. The Bahamas will now go up against the host team, Dominican Republic, in the semifinal with a chance to advance to the gold medal game. Ladies and gents, that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
The Fluid Factory and the Rhythm 102.7 FM brings it to you. The Reunion 3, the mega old school party. Saturday, June 28th. Performing live. Bahamas is the one you know and love. The hitmaker Tanya Stevens.
Yo, Freeport, this is the girl Tanya Stevens inviting you to join me for the Reunion 3. And it's at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom. Yo, I want the boom box. Love the way you have the boom stuff.
Oh yes, Tanya Stevens live. Join all her hits at the Reunion 3. Saturday, June 28th at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom. Get your early bird tickets now. This one will sell out. Tickets are $60 VIP, $100 platinum, table $650, skybox $2,800. Act like you know with Tanya Stevens performing live. Saturday, June 28th at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom. Gates open at 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale now. Reunion3.com. Tanya Stevens performing live.
Make sure we see you.
Trying your luck doesn't always result in a win. In fact, it's easy to lose track of your spending when gambling regularly. Here are some ways you can gamble responsibly. Utilize financial planners to track your finances. These could be done digitally or on paper. Set a realistic budget and stick to it. And finally, monitor your winnings and losses weekly and monthly.
This message is brought to you by the Gaming Board for the Bahamas.
Join us for City in Motion, your inside look at the people, progress, and possibilities shaping the city of Freeport. Each week, we bring you the stories behind the movement. Highlighting how the Grand Bahama Port Authority is leading with purpose.
Our desire is to connect Bahamians with the opportunities that's right in front of them.
This is City in Motion.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles.
And I'm Jay Philippe.
Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned. Here's a live look at the Bahamas Tonight. They are coming your way next.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the struggle continues. The country's social safety net still in a fight to remain solvent. Also, farewell and thanks from Fort Charlotte's Member of Parliament as he wraps up his time in frontline politics. Hear what his future plans entail. And who will steer the course of the Bahamas Union of Teachers for the next 3 years? Hundreds of educators turned out today to determine just that. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. As debate on the 2025-2026 budget resumed this afternoon in the lower chamber, it was Immigration and National Insurance Minister, the Honorable Alfred Sears' turn to outline his agency's fiscal health and where they're headed moving forward. Corvell Pyfrom joins us with more on the minister's contribution. Corvell?
Good evening, Makushla. Alfred Sears has the onerous task of overseeing two critical agencies, both undergoing major transformation, each, though, seeing different results. Mr. Sears, who has dual roles as Minister of Immigration and National Insurance, reported firstly on the former, noting that to date, the Department of Immigration has seen through efficiency tightening measures and other improvements and upgrades an increase in revenues collected, adding that in the coming fiscal year, the strong money-earning performance is expected to continue. About migrant interdictions, detainments, and deportations, the minister reported that immigration officials, while responsible for 32 ports of entry, have seen considerable success, which he attributes to the close working relationship with other law enforcement agencies and international partners from the Turks and Caicos and the United States. However, he advises that the cost of repatriating migrants is burdensome.
Repatriation expenses for the period 24 to 25 May were estimated to be $1,550,977, with other repatriation expenses currently being processed for payment.
An NIB, where last year an increase in the contribution rate took effect, that agency, even with this increase in revenue, is still far off from where it needs to be.
NIB's projected deficit for 2025 remains significant and is currently estimated at $32 million, inclusive of the additional income derived from the rate increase. It is important to highlight that a substantial portion of this deficit, which is $16.85 million, or 50% of the total projected shortfall, arises from the ongoing gap between contributions collected and benefits paid.
And upwards of more than 50,000 persons now retired pensioners. That's the fastest growing group of claimers. NIB continues to prioritize a robust and proactive collection strategy, Mr. Sayers says, that's aimed at improving compliance and expanding its contribution base. Mukushla?
Well, thanks, Corval. Now, well before getting into his budget presentation in the House this afternoon, Minister Sayers made official his decision to bow out of frontline politics after this current term ends. Sayers, who was first elected to Parliament back in 2002 and appointed Attorney General and Minister of Education by then Prime Minister Perry Christie, returned to frontline politics in 2021, reclaiming the Fort Charlotte seat, subsequently being appointed by Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis as Minister of Works and Utilities, and then later to his current post as Immigration and National Insurance Minister. He thanked both Prime Ministers, his family and constituents. Sayers says he plans to continue playing a role in both his party and the country's development.
I have always believed in and sought to embody the principles of servant leadership. That to lead is first to listen, to uplift, and to serve with humility. Though I may not be offering myself for elected office in the next cycle, my commitment to nation building remains steadfast. I will continue to support the development of sound public policy, mentor the next generation of leaders and public servants, and stand firmly with the values and the vision of our party.
Now, the first to extend best wishes to the Fort Charlotte MP following his public declaration to not seek another term was St. Barnabas representative and the opposition's deputy leader, Shannon Don Cartwright.
But in the spirit of service, your reputation, member for Fort Charlotte, and commitment to the development of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas has been well known for a long, long time. I am definitely your junior in life, so I was hearing before you before I've had the pleasure of serving with you. And so we wish you all the best. We thank you so much for the service that you've given this country and Fort Charlotte, and I'm sure the Progressive Liberal Party thanks you for your service.
Well, Social Services Minister, the Honourable Miles LaRota, revealing during his contribution to the budget debate last week that authorities are seeing an uptick in a very disturbing practice. Commercial sexual exploitation, a practice widely perpetuated by mothers against their very own underage daughters. Minister LaRota expanding on the issue with ZNS News on the sidelines of last Friday's Labor Day parade, speaking more to just how prevalent the practice has become.
But this has been a problem that's has been going on for a while. We just thought it was important to bring it to the attention of the Bahamian people because it's more widespread and prevalent than most Bahamians understand.
Authorities say the mothers arranged transactional sex between their daughters and adult males in exchange for payments of household bills. The girls are mostly between the ages of 14 to 16. While the minister did not want to specify which communities officials are seeing these cases most often, he did acknowledge the role socioeconomics plays. He also addressed what's being done to deal with this sordid practice.
The police have been involved in some of these matters, but sometimes you're better off to protect the identity of the children. You don't want to bring the parents or bring it to the attention of the public who the parents are, because now you know who the kids are.
So what happens next?
Well, once the matters are reported to the police, then the police take control of the matter. I'm not making any excuses. A lot of time it's just it's sad to say this, but it's just the reality of the day that mothers in particular find it necessary to prostitute their children, and it's shocking, it's alarming. It should be It should be widely discouraged, but we cannot act as if it is not happening.
You're watching the Bahamas tonight. Juveniles face a magistrate on a rash of serious charges. That and more news in a moment.
Imagine a world where every brand knows your name and every store awaits your arrival. Elite shopping, travel where luxury is a lifestyle and every journey feels like home. Dine where every flavor is just for you, every table reserved, and every moment a taste of perfection. Make every big moment even bigger. Experience banking where wealth isn't just managed, it's maximized. Step into a world without limits. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Irresistible taste of a KFC big deal, some people will do anything. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
Chicken lovers, listen up! Popeyes is serving it up for you. Get 5 pieces of juicy, hand-battered, bone-in chicken for just $10. That's right, 5 pieces of Louisiana-style flavor, fried to golden, crispy perfection for only $10. But don't wait, this deal won't last forever. Head to your nearest Popeyes today and grab your 5-piece for just $10. Popeyes, where the chicken's always worth the hype. Available for a limited time only.
The news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
You're looking at a shot of Clifford Park and Fort Charlotte, the site of many of the nation's historic occasions, including Independence. That shot, you guessed it right, courtesy of drone pilot Neville Smith. Well, welcome back. A 29-year-old man is tonight behind bars today following his arraignment in a magistrate's court. St. Vincent Road resident Devin Lang appeared before Chief Magistrate Roberto Breckley on an attempted murder charge. Prosecutor Inspector Dion Barr brought the charges, which allege that on Saturday, May 4th, Lang intentionally and unlawfully attempted to take the life of Doral Starup. Lang did not have an attorney. He was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections until service of a voluntary bill of indictment on September 4th. Meantime, 2 juveniles also seen the inside of a cell at B-Docks after facing a slew of charges in connection with the June 2nd murder of a 29-year-old male in Pinewood Gardens. The shooting incident taking place on Pigeon Plum Street, leaving 1 man dead and 1 in hospital. The boys appeared in Magistrates Court number 1 with their parents or guardians, but they were not allowed to enter a plea due to the nature of the charges and were subsequently remanded. Apart from murder, the 2 face an attempted murder charge, 2 counts of a conspiracy to commit murder, along with 2 counts of possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life. Now, we can also tell you that others were charged in connection with this case. As for the teens, both 17-year-olds, they're due back in court August 20th. On the labor front this evening, trouble within the Bahamas Nurses Union following claims Muriel Lightbourne had been removed as president amid a number of constitutional concerns. Our Lloyd Allen spoke with union officials who not only refuted the claims, but are demanding those responsible be removed.
Following concerns across social media that president of the Bahamas Nurses Union, Muriel Lightbourne, was ousted from that position, ZNS News spoke directly with Lightbourne, who confirms that those claims couldn't be any further from the truth.
No, there is absolutely no truth to that report.
Also among those allegations was non-payment of union dues for more than 2 years, a direct violation of the union's constitution, which according to Lightbourne should result in cancellation of membership. Lightbourne responded that after securing the presidency in 2023, she was removed off the Public Hospital Authority's payroll, where she was previously employed and then added to the Nurses Union payroll. The same has been verified by the union's treasurer, Sharon Roll.
She was financial up until April of this year, which is 2025. As of April, she forwarded me another set of money, which is $100, that makes her financial May, June, July. So she is financial. Those reports were given in our monthly meeting.
The Nurses Union treasurer also indicated that regular financial reports have been submitted during monthly meetings, except for 2 occasions. Now, regarding the Secretary General, Siobhan Brennan, who allegedly made the claims and instructed the locks to the union's office to be changed, Lightbourne says these recent actions have angered members who now want Brennan removed as a union officer.
But because that was on Facebook on the Zoom meeting, I said to the members, it was like 100 and something persons on that Zoom meet. I said, because this is on Zoom, to be fair to the Secretary General, I cannot accept that that motion, because I don't know who is behind the motion to have her removed.
The union president also validated that keys to the union's office and vehicle remain in her possession. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Meantime, poll day for the 2,300 members of the Bahamas Union of Teachers who turned out at numerous voting centers across the country to cast their ballot for the person who will lead them for the next 3 years. Incumbent Belinda Wilson is confident she's done well for the organization, which she's held down for the past 15 years. She cites her greatest accomplishment as locking down a comprehensive medical plan.
And actually, this morning, one of the teachers who came to vote, she said to me, I could never turn against you. She said, I had a surgery a few months back, $65,000, and I was able to use my medical insurance plan. Last week, Tuesday, we presented the government with a new draft industrial agreement for the period July 1st, 2025 to June 30th, 2028. So I would like to be successful today so that I can negotiate that new contract.
Having served as a BUT executive in the last administration, this time around, Julia Hanna is setting her eyes on the top spot, contending new leadership is necessary, along with greater flexibility within the existing medical plan.
With the plan, there's a $500 out of pocket. And the amount of money that they charge, when you look at the fees for the beginning, the out-of-pocket expenses, a lot of teachers cannot, and they do not have that. They do not have that. Yes, we added on dental and vision, but again, those come with stipulations. As well as our members, we want them to feel a sense of confidence again, okay? And that the union belongs to them. This is the people's union. The BUT belongs to the people, our membership, and that's what we're here for, fighting for them.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, we have been in Exuma now for the past 4 years, carrying out our paving program. A part of our company's philosophy is to do some work to international standards. So when you look at our paving division, we have a state-of-the-art lab to do all of our testing in-house, as well as a state-of-the-art asphalt plant with a trained technician carrying out the work on that site. The overall action goal of our company is to produce the work that we're doing in the entire Bahamas to international standards. We also make a difference by the training of our staff. We have a very intensive training program going on to where we are teaching young men how to learn the art of striping. Being a young man myself, I've made mistakes in the past. I was given a second chance to better my life, and it's only fitting that we pass that along. What's important for us is giving them a second chance for them to get a skill and a career that could take them further in life.
Hey, ladies, where's the Dave? Oh, okay, thanks. Bets.
Greg, what's up?
Ready, man, how you doing?
I'm doing well. He's meditating. You gotta give him at least an hour.
All right, well, I can wait. I ain't got nothing to do. Been I say now on to independent. Are you straight?
Bro, I ain't getting no service. I can't make no calls. I can't post nothing on my stories. I don't get it.
Wait, you on the live? Shad, come, let's fix that. Come. This one needs saving. Pour them over, please.
Say less. Sign up today. Enjoy 5 gigs on us with select prepaid plans when you port your number to Alive, or 3 months free Alive fiber services when you port your landline.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
The third United Nations Ocean Conference underway in Nice, France. It's there that the Bahamas ratified the BBNJ Agreement framework, which is designed to protect Bahamian waters and the oceans. Felicity Darville has the story.
During the United Nations Oceans Conference taking place in Nice, France, a special treaty event was held where Minister of the Environment and Natural Resources, the Honourable Vaughn Miller, presented the Bahamas' instruments of ratification to the United Nations Secretariat. Our country has been involved with the BBNJ process since negotiations began over a decade ago and has continuously demonstrated its commitment to responsible and sustainable ocean governance. Minister Miller told that international body that small island developing states like the Bahamas will need support from the onset due to its vulnerability.
In the initial stages of implementation, matchmaking must be deliberate, responsive, and informed by the requirements of landlocked countries, small island developing states, and least developed countries. Third, it is essential to ensure that benefit sharing is equitable and inclusive. The distinctive circumstances of SIDS must be reflected not only in principle, but also in meaningful representation with decision-making structures.
Director of Environmental Planning and Protection, Dr. Rihanna Murphy-Neely, tells us a bit more about the significance of the BBNJ agreement.
Whereas the Bahamas is responsible for those areas of ocean that lie within our national territory, there are expanses of ocean that lie outside of our territory that are being exploited without any kind of regulation. And so it is our duty and the duty of all peoples of the world to sign on to this agreement and support those areas that need regulation that lie outside our national jurisdiction.
Minister Miller is supported at the Oceans Conference by a multi-stakeholder delegation of government officials. During the conference, delegates will engage in crucial discussions on increasing scientific cooperation, knowledge, capacity building, marine technology, and education. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Felicity Darvo.
Well, Dawn and Marlena join us live for a sneak peek of Access Now. Ladies, the long holiday weekend is over. We're now back to work. I hope it was a good one for you.
It was definitely a good one, but Makushla, it seems as if Tuesday has become our favorite day of the week. Marlena, tell her a little bit about what Taboo Tuesday is all about.
I was going to say, it's Taboo Tuesday, so we're always looking forward to that. And I feel like when Wes started talking about the segment, I was like, this could really make a big difference depending on the topics that we talk about. Tonight, she's going to be talking to us about postpartum depression, which I think is something that so many people need to know more about. So you can know it's not just you, and it's something you can totally get help for. So we have the details coming up on that later.
All right, yeah.
You're right about that. A lot of women suffer in silence with that. Stay with us. The National Report is back after the break.
Diet-friendly special.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
The new stuffed crust cheddar flavor has a taste you'll enjoy.
Outside and inside.
With a delicious stuffed crust covered in irresistible cheddar flavor. Come and try the new stuffed crust cheddar flavor only at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Only one item? Are you tired of limited choices? I'll have the one item on the menu, thank you. Wow! So many choices. Why settle for less when you deserve more? When it comes to the ways you pay, the more, the better. With a variety of payment options available, you can enjoy the freedom to choose what works best for you. Choose freedom. Choose flexibility. Choose from the full menu of payment options. The future of pay is digital.
What? You don't know what TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation? You mean the Ministry of Tourism? No, that ain't the same thing, but the Tourism Development Corporation helps develop and grow Bahamian businesses in the tourism industry. You heard what they say, mate? Oh, yeah. Develop and grow. You don't know what all the things they do? What does do? Hey, check the website, boy.
Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com.
The Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation and the University of the Bahamas team up to provide entrepreneurs and those aspiring with the information and tools to take their careers to the next level. Senator Darren Pickstock says a lecture series is meant to raise awareness of business opportunities for Bahamians and to ignite the spirit of entrepreneurship across the country.
BAIC is helping to build a more resilient, self-sufficient, and prosperous Bahamian society. The long-term impact of widespread entrepreneurship in the Bahamas creates or includes job creation, community revitalization, reduced dependency on imports, and a stronger foundation for economic stability.
Well, before we leave, we want to wish happy birthday to one of our younger viewers, CJ Miller, son of our very own production director, Karen Miller. That does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Have you ever dreamed of gifting